The Alpha's Rejected One. Episode 2. Willow, I am Lincoln. His voice was deep but somewhat soft. His eyes held worry, but I didn't know why. I didn't know him, he didn't know me. Why would he worry about me? He was a large man. He looked almost like a giant with what little I could see. With only one eye, I couldn't even get my other one to peel open just a bit. When I touched my face, I could feel how puffy it was. God, Beta Cole really did it this time. He usually pushes the limit, but never this bad to where I'm not able to walk or do my chores. I don't even remember much after the first 20 lashes. I lost count, and then I remember him giving me some smacks after he let me down, but I don't remember much after that. I could feel the burn on my back each time I shifted. I wanted to lay flat. I didn't want to face this man who sat next to my bed watching me. He held some sort of authority. Just how he carried himself and how he asked a few questions. I've seen even ranking members to no one when I see it. I didn't answer their questions as I knew the Alpha would be mad and he'll get punished again. He always kept me away from people. Even the members didn't really know who I was. They had just seen the servant girl. I was invisible to most of them. I've never been to the hospital before either. I've also never been this bad before. I always patched myself up. At the thought of the Alpha, fear washed over me. What would he do when he found out I was in here? He already tried to force me to be his mistress even after knowing Milo was my mate. Little one, what has you so afraid? Just the sound of his voice made my stomach flutter, and I didn't know why. You can trust me, I'm not here to hurt you. You can tell me. I wanted to believe him. He sounded so sincere. I just couldn't if I wanted to avoid another punishment from the Beta. I can't. Why? If it is someone you are afraid of, tell me who they are. Shaking my head, making my sides hurt and my back burn even more, I sucked in a breath. SHH. Easy, you will cause more pain. Don't move so quickly. It's okay if you don't want to tell me now. Why was his voice affecting me? I didn't understand this feeling. I felt calm but still had my guard up, but just the way he spoke to me made me want to drop it. He talked to me like a person, not an object, or like I was dirt. He looked at me. Look at me. Oh my God, my arms. That thought came crashing down. I tried to cover them with my hands, praying he wouldn't notice, but he did. The instant my hand moved, he dropped his eyes. I folded my arms over one another. Are you cold? He stood up, reaching to the bottom of the bed and pulling a blanket up and over me. He held out away from my back so as to not touch it. How's that? I nodded. Thank you. I whispered. I wasn't super good at talking with people, but I knew when to say thanks. Can I get you anything else? Shaking my head, I shut my eyes as I felt tired, but I was afraid that the Alpha would come to rip me out of this bed, ordering the Beta to punish me again. Peeking out my eye, he was still sitting there watching me. Normally I would feel creeped out and want to run and hide when anyone looked at me, but with him I didn't. And I didn't understand why. With those thoughts my eye closed and sleep came over me. Lincoln, she fell back asleep, her breathing evening out, glancing up at the screen. Her heart rate was steady back down to where it was before she woke up. I knew she was hiding something. Her heart rate would spike with every question we asked. I could see the fear on her swollen face. Someone has put the living fear into her, and I don't know why. But I'm going to find out. Link. I heard River's voice. Yeah, Riv. That doctor lady found me in the Alpha office and asked me to find a girl named Mia. Yes, sorry, I meant to let you know she was coming. Willow asked for her. Willow? Yes, that's my mate's name. She woke up for a few, asked for that Mia girl, and now she is back asleep. That's a beautiful name. It's strong sounding. It's fit for a Luna. River, the girl. I growled at him. Damn clown knows how to push my buttons. Dude, chill out. Touchy man. Yes, I found the girl. I'm bringing her to you. Good. You find anything in that office? Not much. He has taken over some packs to widen his land and most of the members have joined this pack, but nothing on Willow. No papers are saying if she came from another pack, nothing on her birth, so she could have been born here or not. I think our best bet is to talk with the Gamma. I agree, find him first thing after we talk to this Mia person. Man, you're killing me, he groaned out before I could say anything. He cut the link, as I said to myself. Hearing a soft murmur, I looked up to see she was still asleep, but her face scrunched as she slept. Her body started twitching again. Just as I reached up to place my hand over hers, a small no came out of her hand, fisted the blankets as she pushed her head deeper into the pillow. Her heart rate would start to go up a little, then when she stopped pressing herself against the bed it would come back down. I figured she was dreaming. I would love to know what about it was obvious that it wasn't a good dream. Touching her hand, she flinched a bit, then I felt her hand relax under mine. Damn, what had happened to her? I heard a soft knock as the door opened and River stuck his head in. Alpha. He pushed the door open, holding it, as I saw a young woman walk from behind him. Gasping, she covered her mouth with her hands, rushing to the other side of the bed from me. She freezes when she sees me sitting across from her. Her eyes go wide as she steps back a few. I am sorry, I didn't mean to. Her voice was shaky. Looking at her, she looked to be in better shape than my mate. No, a lot better, but she wasn't so thin. Her skin was just as pale, and her face was a little sunken. And did they not be allowed outside to get some sunshine? They looked as if they have never been out. Holding up my hand at her. It's all right, are you Mia? I asked, standing up. She took a few more steps back but stopped when River placed his hand on her back. Yes, stuttering out the words, then I could smell it, fear. She was the second one today to be full of fear. Do you know this girl? I hold out my hand towards Willow. Her head bobbed. Yes, I do. That's Willow. What happened to her? Did Milo do this? Frowning, I glanced at River. Milo? As in the Alpha Sun. Her eyes went wide as she realized she said his name, shaking her head, the fear stronger in her. It's okay, Mia. You won't get into trouble if you tell me. She closed her eyes, taking in a deep breath, then letting it out. Looking straight at me. Milo is Willow, mate. I only know this cause I happened to overhear him that day. He rejected her on the spot, claiming she didn't have a wolf. He ordered her not to tell anyone, but a few days before that he cornered in the laundry room. I am not sure what happened, but when I found her she was on the floor crying, clutching her arms around herself. What? Lincoln, I was boiling. I wanted to go up to the pack house and rip his head off. I disliked those people from the minute I stepped on this territory. I am sorry. I heard her small voice squeak out. River placed a hand on her shoulder. It's okay, you did nothing to be sorry for. She shook her head. I should have reached out for help. Willow has suffered a long time at the hands of them. If they find out I said anything, I will be met with the same punishment as she did. This time River growled, making her jump a bit. He held his hands, apologizing to her. Mia. I called her name. She turned her head to look at me. Her eyes were round like saucers. I need to know everything. I know you are scared, but I will offer you protection. I know it is a big risk, but I will have you moved to my pack and ensure your safety. She looked from me to River and then back down to Willow. Keeping her eyes on Willow, I took a glance at River, his eyes on he intently. It was like he was holding his breath. Finally, after a few minutes, she turned towards me. What would you like to know? Yes, finally some answers. I fist pumped in my head. How long has Willow been in this pack? I saw a flash of sadness wash over her face, but she quickly hid it. Licking her lips, her clasped reached forward, grabbing Willow's hand. both of us have been here since we were pups. Our pack was attacked, and a lot were killed. Alpha Lucas took us all in as most of our parents were killed. Who attacked your pack and what was the name?" She closed her eyes. "The Snow Moon Pack." I remember hearing my dad talk about that pack. Alpha Lame and Luna Cass led that pack. We thought it to be rogues who attacked and we thought no one survived. Who attacked the pack? I asked her again, hoping she would remember, seeing as she was young I'm not sure she would. She didn't say anything. She kept her eyes on Willow. Damn it, she's shutting down me. No, keep her talking, ask her something else. Was Willow's parents killed as well? She nodded, squeezing Willow's hand. Yes, they were. Willow's an only child. How many of you were taken in? Pausing for a moment, she seemed to be counting in her head. I'm not completely sure, but it was mostly children. I remember us all standing in a group. We were put there as they found us hiding, as our parents told us to do. Were there any adults taken in here? Just a few, but after a year I didn't see them again. The last one I knew that was here still was Marie. Marie. I tilted my head to look at her face. Yes, she was the one who took care of Willow for the first year, but Alpha had brought Willow to the pack house. A few months later the rest of us children were brought there. I watched a tear fall and slowly slip down her cheek. Her face held pain. I caught River moving his hands and fisting as he stood there behind her. What was his deal? Mia, what happened to you all after coming to the pack house? It was like you think. We weren't taken care of or treated like a member here. We had to earn our keep. We had to pay to be able to stay here. It was free, as they put it. We owned them for taking us in. So most of us became servants. We learned at a very early age how to cook, clean, attend to the rank wolves. Some of us didn't have too much trouble. They didn't bother us that much. She wiped at her cheeks with her hand, not letting go of Willow's. Willow got the brunt end of it all. The Alpha seemed to have it out for her. No matter what she did, he would always end up punishing her. It was like he hated her with a passion. River reached up, placing his hand on her shoulder. She did not flinch or try to pull back. Mia, why would the Alpha signal her out? I am not sure. We never asked questions. We just did as we were told. Question leads to punishment, and that's something all of us didn't want. I could tell there was something she wasn't telling me, but what it was I couldn't put my finger on it. She was answering my questions, but also she was diverting them. Can you tell what punishments they would use on Willow? Everything. Whipping. She has been chained up in the dungeon for days. Sometimes it is just a straight beating. She could only eat when they would tell her. We all would slip her food when we could, but if we were caught it was our butts. I knew she wasn't getting food just by how thin she looked, but hearing that they were withholding food from her on purpose made my blood boil even more. It was against the laws we hold to mistreat your members this way. Omegas always were the lower ranking wolves, but that didn't mean you were allowed to treat them poorly, and you were not allowed to abuse them. You are to care for your pack and take care of them, not use members for your own personal usages. Mia, you said Milo cornered Willow before. Has he done that to any others? River asked. She shook her head. No, don't get me wrong, he is a player and always had a different female in his bed every night. He's never really paid attention to Willow until that one day. I saw the look of relief on his face. I scrunched my forehead watching him, and then it hit me. She was his mate. But she didn't act like a mate would when they find one another. I wondered if she wasn't old enough yet. Wait, maybe Mia would know how old Willow is. Would you happen to know how old Willow is? She is 18. Her birthday was the other day right before the party. She was so young to have to go through all this, and by the looks of Mia she was not much older than Willow. You sure she 18? I asked her. She looked up at me. Yes, I am sure. I would know the birthday of my Alpha. She slapped her hand over her mouth, shutting her eyes. What did you say? She shook her head, not dropping her hand. Mia, look at me. I let my Leekan come forward a bit, not a lot. I didn't want to scare her, but enough that she felt his presence. Slowly her eyes open, looking right at me. Alpha? I said that one word. Dropping her hand, she took a deep breath. Yes, she is my Alpha. As her parents were killed, not many remembered, but a few of us. I didn't say anything. I looked at River and his look matched mine. She was an Alpha. I wonder if Alpha Lucas knew that. Maybe that's why he was so hard on her. It would make sense. He would keep her beat down, keeping her from developing her Alpha genes. She would be a challenge for him to control. How many others know this? Not many. I don't even think Willow remembers. Truthfully, that's a night I wouldn't want to remember either. No one wants to watch their mother die in front of them. What? Both River and I said at the same time. She looked between us both. Willow was in the group with us. Marie was holding her. All of us were hanging on to one another. Marie was the only adult in the group. Willow's mom was kneeling in front of the man when he suddenly. Her voice cracked. She stopped talking, her eyes closed. You could see her shaking as she stood there. River, take her back and let her rest. Mia, you have done enough by giving me the information. I will arrange for someone to take you over to my pack. You will be safe there. She didn't answer. She seemed to be exhausted. It was like a great weight had been lifted off her chest and she was able to breathe a sigh of relief for the first time in years. River, please take Mia back to the house to rest. First thing in the morning I'll have one of our guards escort her home. He nodded as he placed an arm around her shoulders, leading her towards the door. When she suddenly spun around out of his hold. Wait, what pack am I going to? Midnight Howlers. Willow, I had woken up a little bit ago. I made sure to stay quiet when I saw him sleeping in the chair next to my bed. I didn't want to wake him. I wasn't completely afraid of him, but yet I was still keeping my guard up. I didn't understand why he was being so nice to me. No one was like that ever with me. I felt weird being in this room and having been treated. My back was the most painful. Just a small shift would pull on it, making me wince. My throat hurt, but not as back like before. I really thought Alpha was going to crush my windpipe. I still worried about what would happen once he found out I was here. I was waiting for my door to open any minute and for him to come storming in. I looked at the man sleeping in the chair next to me. His facial features were soft looking as he slept. Earlier he had a head expression like he was having an internal fight with himself. He was huge, probably the biggest person I have ever met. He was much larger than the Alpha or Milo for sure. They had nothing compared to him. The door creaked, lifting my head enough to look over my shoulder, wincing as I did. Peeking with one eye, the only one that I could open just a little. I saw the doctor from before walking in. Her eyes shined when she saw I was awake. Then spotting the sleeping man, she smiled softly at his large frame slumped over in that tiny chair. Coming to stand next to me, she placed her hand on my arm. I am glad to see you are awake. Are you having any pain? Her voice was low as she was trying not to wake the sleeping person. Not really. I told her I wasn't used to being cared for and I didn't want to let myself get used to it, especially not knowing what would happen as soon as I was out of there. I find that hard to believe. Not with how badly you were injured. You can trust me. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help. So now I will ask that again. Do you have any pain? Swallowing slowly, I fidgeted with the sheet between my fingers. My back. Your back. What are you feeling? Is it burning or sharp pain? It feels like pinching, then a slight burning when I shift. That from all the stitches you have. I had to pull your skin pretty tight together. Your cuts were big and wide. I will get you some pain meds. It will help. Also, I have some cream to put on it. That will help with any infections that may start. Suddenly the sleepy person launched to his feet, letting out a loud growl, making me cowered into the bed, shaking, his eyes pitch black as he scanned the room. His black eyes landed on me, his face went from hard stone to soft, and his eyes changed back to a light blue. He must have seen how scared I was. I wanted to bury down in this bed, he was so intimating looking. I am sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you okay? His eyes drifted up, seeing the doctor standing there. What happened? He asked her as he leaned over, looking at me, his eyes running over every inch of me. Nothing. I came in and saw she was awake. I didn't mean to wake. Breathing out, he pulled back, rubbing his face with his hand. Sorry, I wasn't planning to fall asleep. It's understandable, you have been here all night. You were bound to sleep at some point. He was here all night? Why would he stay with me? I'm a nobody, a simple servant that is hated by the pack she lives in. There was a knock on the door, causing them both to look over. Yes. The doctor called out when the door opened. The Alpha walked in and my heart dropped. I knew he would come for me soon or later. There was no way I was going to get away. He would always end up finding me and dragging me back. I sucked in a sharp breath but flinched as soon as I did. I could hear the machine start to beep as my heart rate shot up. Hands quickly were on my cheeks. Hey Willow, calm down. It's okay. His voice was soft, his touch made my skin feel like small bursts of electricity were running through me. Shaking my head, I couldn't let him take me again. I didn't want to be his mistress or anything to him. He took my mother from me. He made my life hell. I couldn't take any more. Unable to move. You need to leave. The voice was deep and stern. This is still my pack boy. You have us locked in our rooms like prisoners. I will no longer stand for it. The hands that were just holding my face suddenly left and I felt coldness on my cheeks. I don't care if this is your pack. You have broken laws and I will not stand for it. Your alpha status does not trump my leadership, so if I have you waiting in your rooms for days, then so be it. I quivered from the authority that lay in his voice. Never once did it shudder or weaken. I have not broken any laws. You have no right to accuse me of such things without proof. I heard the door slam open, causing me to jump. I cried out as the pain ripped through my body, and my hands were on my arms holding me steady. Shh Willow, don't move, you will only cause more pain to yourself. Her voice was low and close to my ear. Her touch wasn't hard. I felt no pain as she held me still. I could hear movement but I was too afraid to look, and it was not like I could see much anyway with only one eye half opened. I am sorry, I am sorry. I started to repeat. I would say this every time I got punished, thinking if I apologized enough they would stop. Alpha, I came as soon as I could. Oh no. I know that voice. Beta. Cole. No no no. I know why he's here. Please not again. No more, please, no more. I had realized I was saying out loud until I heard the doctor trying to calm me. You both got 2 seconds to get out of this room. It sounded almost like a growl, but it was rough and deeper than anything I have ever heard. I have a right to speak to one of my pack members. Thought you said she wasn't one. Please make them stop. My body shook not only with fear but from the pain I felt all over. My breath was becoming quicker as I couldn't breathe. It was like someone was squeezing me so hard. I didn't recognize her, it was too dark. But I know now who she is. She is one of my servants for the pack house. I need to talk with her so I can find who did this to her. Hearing that, my fear took complete control, throwing myself up. No. I lost my balance, flipped myself out of the bed, landing on the floor. The wind was knocked out of me. Pain tore through my back as I felt my skin rip open, but I could lay there. Move, Willow, move. I tried pulling myself with my elbows. I didn't know where I was going. I couldn't see anything, but I needed to get away from him. I could hear my name being called, but I couldn't stop. I felt arms slide under me, rolling me, my face falling against someone. I started kicking, pushing, twisting. I didn't care that it hurt. My mind was in flight mode. My arms were pinned down against my side as I was pulled tight against the person. Willow, it's just me, it's Lincoln. That was the last I heard right before everything went silent. Lincoln. I watched as the doctors and nurses moved around her as she lay on the bed. Her back was bleeding. She had ripped out all the stitching when she flipped out of the bed. Her scream was gut-wrenching. I was so caught up in that damn alpha barging into the room I wasn't focused on her. She was scared of him and his beta. The minute he said he wanted to speak with her is when she threw herself off the bed. River showed just in time. He forced them to leave the room. My beast was at his limit. He was about to shift and tear them apart. He was challenging me, and my Lincoln did not like his disrespect at all. After all, we were royals, we had higher authority than him, but he seemed to forget that. Lincoln, I heard River through the link. Yeah, River, I know you have a lot going on, but our warriors just arrived. I have picked one to take Mia back home. I called your father as well. He's having your mom take care of Mia. All right, man. Thanks. You should call your father. He may have some advice on how to deal with this alpha. He obviously don't know his place, or he has forgotten our rules. I will. Let me just make sure she is taken care of first. How is she? Sighing, I pinch the bridge of my nose. She is still unconscious yet, but the doctor said that's from the shot she hit her with earlier, and she needs her to stay asleep so she can rest. Itch her back. Dan man, I should have gotten there sooner. It's not your fault. I lost my focus and I shouldn't have. She wouldn't be like this if I hadn't taken my eyes off her. Mia has her things ready to go. I need to take her out to the warrior who taking her home. Okay. And River? Yeah man. Congratulations on finding your mate. You knew? Yeah man, I did. I didn't notice it at first, but then it hit me by your actions and how you touched her shoulder last night. Thanks, Link. She hasn't had her birthday yet. It is next week, she said, so she don't know I am her mate. Make sure mom knows. She will be happy for you. She will take good care of her. Already did. Cutting the link, I turned my attention back to her. I needed to figure out what to do with this alpha and this pack. Things were not right here. The first thing was I needed to get Willow out of here. She wasn't safe. Her fear clearly shown today with those two in here. Prince Declan, snapping me out of my thoughts. I looked at the small woman in front of me. I am finished, but I couldn't stitch some of them back together. She did a number when she fell. Some of the skin is just too weak to hold any kind of stitching. She going to have open wounds. Can she travel? She jerked her head back, keeping her eyes on me, scrunching her brows as a line appeared in between them. Travel? Yes, doctor, travel. I want to take her to me pack. We have good medical staff there that can take over, and she will be safe there. I don't know what going on, but her reaction today shows she is fearful, and the main ones causing it were them two idiots. Her eyes soften, her frown leaving her face. Well, I guess she could, but she won't be able to lay on her back for the ride, so going in a car is out of the question. It will cause a high risk of her getting an infection being moved with the open wounds on her back. I could put a dressing on them so dirt will stay out. I nodded my head. When will it be okay to move her? Give her at least a day. She needs to wake up and we can go from there. How much longer do you think she will be asleep? A while. I hit her heavy with sedation. I needed to make sure she didn't wake up again and start thrashing about. All right. I need to go and meet with my beta. I trust you to take care of her till I get back. I will post one of my guards outside the door. I will, I promise. This poor girl has been through even in the last 24 hours. With a nod, I walked out of the room to find one of my warriors already standing there. I had to smile to myself. River knew what I wanted and I did not even need to tell him. Walking out the clinic doors, I made my way to the pack house. You could see it from the front of the clinic. once I reached the front doors. I could see River talking with a warrior as Mia stood by his side, her head tilted down, hands clasped in front of her as she had one bag tossed over her shoulder. My men see me coming, they step back bowing their heads. "Prince," was all they said. My turn to look at me, eyes wide, her face pales. I stop in front of them as I look from River to her. "You are the Leakin prince?" She stammers out. I can't help the small smile that comes on my face. "Yes, I am." She gets this look like something clicked, tipping her head up to River. "That means you are the royal Beta River, River Delaney." He smiled down at her. I could see he was happy to hear she knew of him. "Yes, I am beautiful." She just stared at him in awe. I had to hold my chuckle and I didn't want to rag on him in front of her. Looking back at me, "Prince Lincoln Declan." "Yes, I am. You have heard of us." I moved my hand back and forth between River and me. "Everyone has." Her cheeks turned pink as her head dropped. River reached down, tilting her head up. "We are honored you have heard of us." He leaned closer to her. "But I'm the better looking one, what an ass." She let out a laugh, hiding her face in her hands. "Don't mind him, darlin', he was dropped on his head a few times at birth, he can't help but feel special. If looks could kill, I'd be lying here flat out. After you get her on her way, I want you to find that Gamma who wanted to speak with me." "Oh, you mean Gamma Daniels?" Mai said. "Yes. You know about him?" She nodded her head. "He was the only one who would be nice to us. He would always intervene somehow when they would be gaining up on Willow. He has even got punishment once for butting in." My eyes lift to meet River's. He had a thin line across his forehead. "Sir," someone said next to us. "It was one of our warriors. If we make him before it gets dark, we need to leave now, sir." "Yes, of course, Mia, this is our lead warrior Marcus, he will be escorting to our pack." Mia looked nervous about going with him, but Marcus simply smiled at her. "No worries, Ms. Mia, you are perfectly safe with me. On the plus side, escorting you home means I can see my mate and daughter sooner than I thought." Mia's smile came back to her face at his words. Glancing up to River, he gave her a nod. "I will see you as soon as we get back. And Ms. Declan knows how to reach me?" "Okay," she whispers, her cheeks a light pink color. We watched as Marcus drove off, River spinning to face me. "Let's go find Gamma Daniels." Willow man, that was some of the best sleep I've had in a long time. I rolled to stretch, regretting it the moment my body was flooded with pain. My eyes shot open. Well, one eye, but the other eye could get it cracked open. "Hey Willow," I heard the doctor's voice from next to me, getting my eye to focus. I was finally able to see her. She sat in the same chair that he did. Letting my eye drift from her, I didn't see him. "He is not here. He had to go to the pack house for a while. He said he would be back," she said as she stood coming closer to the bed. I gave a small nod, trying to not move. I was already hurting. The pain from any movement was something I didn't want to feel. "I am just going to check your vitals quickly." I didn't do anything, I just laid there feeling worse than I did the first time I woke up. "Wait, the Alpha and Beta." I reached up, ignoring the pain as I grabbed her arm. She stopped, looking down at me, concern on her face. "What is it, Willow? Are you in a lot of pain?" She started to look me over as I shook my head. "Where is the Alpha?" My voice broke as my throat was so dry. Here she held a cup with a straw, letting me get a few good gulps down. "Better?" "Yes," setting the cup on the stand. "Alpha Lucas and Beta Cole have left the clinic. Don't worry, they can't come back in. Lincoln has a guard station outside the door." I felt some relief at her words. but why would he put a guard outside the door, and what was she going to say? Willow, I have to ask you, and it's only me and you here, why is it you are so afraid of the Alpha and Beta? I wasn't sure I should tell her. What if she went back and told the Alpha? He would really punish me then, but I know they will push to find out, especially after what happened with the both of them before. Maybe she could help me get away if she knew what has happened. I didn't know what to do. I was torn. I wanted to leave. I know I can't take this anymore, but could I trust her? Willow, you can trust me. I promise anything you tell me will stay with me. Only, letting out a breath, it's now or never. I nodded a bit as I tried looking up at her. I didn't know where to start. This went back years. Maybe I should just tell her about this last week, or just about how I got injured. She must have seen me fighting with my thoughts. How about I ask a question, and if you want to answer it you can? Yes, I can do. Maybe she won't ask too much. Okay, did the Alpha and Beta do this to you? Alpha has ordered Beta coal too. Why? What was the reason for it? This is why I shouldn't be telling anyone. I know I'm going to regret this, but I don't have to tell the whole thing. I tried to run away. She frowned at my words. Run away? Why did you try that? Don't tell the truth, only what is needed, but how would explain the why part? I didn't want to stay here anymore. I was tired of being a servant. Well, that is true, but it's not the only reason why. She studied me for a moment. Her eyes just locked on my swollen and sore ones. I could tell she wasn't buying it. Great. How long have you been in this pack? I have been here 10 years, give or take a few, and I have never seen you. Did you just get here from another pack? Is your mate here? Is that why you are here? Mate? Yeah, my mate is here, but he rejected me first thing. But I can't tell her that. I can't risk Milo finding out. I told. Lie, Willow. No. I don't have mate. I have not been here long, a few years. She pressed her lips together as she leaned back in the chair, folding her hand on her lap. She is seeing right through my lies. How did you get all those scars? She points to my arms. My stomach churns, my breathing picks up. She looks up at the machine and then at me. My heart rate is all over the place. Willow, I am willing to help you, but you can't lie to me. I need to the truth. I know you have been suffering for a while just by how thin you are and some of the old injuries that show on the scans I took when you first came in. Now I also know you haven't been here a few years, you have been here longer than that. I also know that you have a dormant wolf. Now what I need to know is how you ended up beaten and collared out in the woods, and why did the Alpha order the Beta to carry out such a punishment on a young girl like you? Yep. She saw right through all the crap I just said. Well, some of it was the truth. I just left holes in some of it. She can't blame me. I am afraid of people. I don't trust anyone. I don't want to be punished again. Her hand lands on my arm. I jump, wishing I hadn't, as my back reminds me not to move. Talk to my Willow. I can help you. You promise not to tell the Alpha or Beta. My voice was low. I knew I was out of options. I had to come clean about it. I promise this will stay between us, no one else. I will tell you how I ended up this way. You already know I'm not new to the pack, and you know about my wolf, as she never showed up on my birthday. I will take anything you want to tell me. I did get punished for running away, but not just for that. I did find my mate, but it was Milo. He rejected me instantly and then ordered me not to tell anyone. I shut my eyes as I could feel the pain in my chest. Her hand squeezed my arm. Her touch didn't hurt, it gave me comfort to keep talking. The pain was too much. I decided I was going to leave. But then I was called to the Alpha office, where he proceeded to tell me that I would become his mistress. I didn't want that, so that pushed me even more to leave. I did run, but I didn't get far before they caught me, brought me back. I couldn't open my eyes. I didn't want to see the look on her face. If I was to finish this, I needed to keep them closed till I was done. I am here, Willow. Her voice was soft. She rubbed her hand on my arm. I was in the dungeon when the Alpha came down. He was mad at me, yelling as well. And then Milo came down. He admitted to me that he knew his father was trying to force me to be his mistress, and Milo was wearing a fresh mark where he had claimed Ashlyn as his mate. The Beta Cole came and the Alpha gave the order for him to carry out, but as you can see, he went overboard. Did the Alpha give the order to collar you? Yes, I was whipped then collared, but Beta Cole has always hated me and did more than he was told. I do remember Alpha saying to have it done before the prince got here. I don't remember much after that. Then I woke up here with that other man here, Lincoln, he said his name was. But when the Alpha and Beta came, I panic. I don't want to be punished anymore. I can't take it no more. I would rather die than be his mistress. I was crying by the end of it. It felt good telling someone, but I also feared what would happen. I felt arms around me as she held me the best she could without touching my back. Your poor girl. I am so sorry you went through all that. But I promise you I will help you, won't let them hurt you again. Lincoln River and I made our way to the Alpha office. As we approached, voices could be heard. There stood Alpha Lucas standing toe-to-toe with one of my warriors. I had posted one of our guards outside the door as I did not want Alpha Lucas coming in and messing with any paperwork, letting him get a chance to hide whatever it was he doing here. I told you once already, I am not allowed to let anyone in. How dare you keep me out of my office, boy? Either you move or I'll have my warriors come to remove you. I am Alpha here, no one else. I had to laugh to myself. Tyler is far from a boy. Well, you do what you feel is needed. A.L.P.H.A. He drew out his title. He was no match for Tyler. Hell, even his beta was no match. Lucas pokes Tyler in the chest, jabbing his finger against him. I warned you, boy. Move or be moved. Tyler looked down at the finger pressed into his chest, then slowly dragged his eyes back up to Lucas. Letting out a growl, Tyler stretched up to his full height, reaching up, grabbed the said finger, and twisted Lucas's whole arm. With a grunt, Lucas was on his knees with his arm folded behind him as he kneeled. I don't take orders from a pathetic little weak Alpha. I am a Leakin warrior, and therefore I take my orders from the royal Leakin family. Tyler growled, his voice getting deeper with each word. I knew he was holding back and shifting, but once Lucas touched him, our beast don't like threats. Stop! I called out once I was close enough. Tyler, hearing my command, he let go, putting his hands behind his back, stand in his place again in front of the door. Prince Declan, he says as he bows his head to me. Tyler. I stop next to him. Alpha Lucas gets back to his feet, holding his arm. Is there a problem here? I asked. River moving to stand behind him. Yes. I want to get into my office. After all, I am the Alpha here. I have some pack business that needs attending to, and this blockhead won't let me through. He yells, waving his hand towards Tyler. I looked back at Tyler, who was trying to hold his smirk, turning to look back at this idiot. Well, I posted Tyler here and gave him orders not to let anyone in. He was following orders. You have no right to keep me out of my own office. I still have a pack to run. Alpha Lucas, let me fill you in on something. You see, if I feel there has been a crime or mistreatment of any pack members, I have the right and the authority to put you on lockdown. I also have the right to pull temporary control over your whole pack. You can't do that. There has been no crime, nor has anyone been abused. His face is red with anger. Oh, I beg to differ. Seeing as we found a young girl beaten and collared on your lands, I had no part in that, nor did I know anything about it. I was just as surprised to see you carrying her into the party, which by the way my daughter still hasn't shifted cause of the command your beta placed on her, and she will wait longer till I get to the bottom of this, and that means I am in control of this pack till further noticed." He gritted his teeth as his hand fisted by his side, his face was so red it looked as if he was going to pop any minute. His finger came up pointing at me. "This isn't over." He growled out at me. Spinning he stormed down the hall, swiping everything off the stand. Halfway down the hall, everything went crashing to the ground. River just shook his head. "He a special one, ain't he?" Turning I looked at Tyler, who was now smirking and laughing. "I could break his little alpha into pieces, River," and I laugh out knowing it was so true. "Good job, Tyler." I pat his shoulder as I step around him, pushing the door open. "Gamma Daniels should be here any minute, please let him in when he arrives." "Yes, Prince Declan." River followed in behind me. We moved over to the desk. Papers were scattered everywhere from where River dug through looking for any information on Willow. "What's his deal?" River asked as he grabbed some of the papers and put them into a stack on the side of the desk. "Not sure. Something is going on here. First we need to find out about Willow and then we can look into this pack a little more. We may even have to return home and start digging harder from there. Staying here will only cause more exchanges like that to happen." He nodded his head. It would have been funny if Tyler had picked him up and tossed him aside like a rag doll. I laughed at his words. "Even though he is an alpha, they are no match for us Lycans. We are twice their size and their strengths are nothing like ours. I'm glad Tyler had control. 'Cause that be another thing we would have to deal with. And I'm not looking for extra paperwork 'cause we're wolf-egged on a Lycan warrior. Dad would have me? True, but still funny." There was a tap on the door as it opened. Tyler stuck his head in. "Prince Declan, Gamma Daniels is here, send him in, and Tyler, I want you to stay at the door till we are finished." With a nod, "Yes, Prince Declan." He pushed the door open and the guy I saw at the party, the one who looked to want to say something, came walking with worry edge across his face. He stopped in front of the desk, bowing his head. "Prince Declan, Gamma Daniels is it?" I stood holding out my hand to him. He looked confused but reached out, shaking it anyway, gesturing to the chair. "Have a seat, Gamma." Taking the seat, he still looked uneasy. If I may ask, how is Willow doing?" "You know her?" River asked, sitting up and leaning against the desk, nodding his head. "Yes, I have tried over the years to watch out for her, help her any way I can. Even when she was little I asked the Alpha if she could live with me, as a pack house is no place for a young girl her age with no parents. So it is true she came here at a young age along with other children." "Yes, don't remember exactly how many came, but it was a big group, a lot of kids. Most are gone now and a few have stayed on working. They weren't strong enough to leave here." "How did she end up here?" He fidgets in his seat, looking down. "Gamma, you asked to meet with me, and right now what you tell me depends on whether I will help you and your family." Letting out a sigh, "Willow was brought here after her pack was wiped out, killing most all the adults, even the Alpha and Luna." He closed his eyes like he was remembering. "I found Willow in a closet hiding. I didn't know who she was until I took her outside and put her with the others." "So you were helping them?" Shaking his head, "No." Raising a brow, River leaned closer to him. "No, you weren't there to help. Then why were you there?" "Look, I'm taking a big risk in telling you this. I know what will happen if the Alpha finds out, but I can't keep quiet any longer, not after seeing her so beaten. I know who did that and why they think I'm too stupid to figure things out, but listen, I noticed this." I hold my hand up. "Alright, I get what you're saying, but I need to know the truth, so if there's something you're hiding, We were there because Alpha staged the attack on the pack. He also is the one who killed both the Alpha and Luna. I found out who Willow was when the Alpha killed the Luna. I saw the pain rip through Willow's body as the woman named Marie held her against her, trying to shield her from seeing what happened. My hands fist as they lay on the desk. Mia had told us some of what had happened, but this was too much. Why would he attack them? Does the Alpha know who Willow is? River asked, seeing as my words didn't work at the moment. Yes, he does, and I think that's why he was mean to her and kept her here. She looks just like her mother. Her mother. Luna Cass. Alpha was obsessed with her for years. He attacked, trying to force her to be his mate, but she refused and he killed her on the spot. Anything else we should know about now before we go any further? He nodded but hung his head a bit. Gamma, I growled. Alpha was trying to force Willow to be his mistress. She looks so much like Cass. He wants her, and when she said no and run away, he gave the Beta Cole orders to whip her and collar her. What? Lincoln, my beast was in a rage at the words we just heard. The Alpha was trying to force our mate to be his. Our mate, she is ours, not his. Mine. Standing up, I began to pace back and forth behind the desk. I wanted to rip something apart, or more like someone. Looking to the Gamma, he held his hands up. I am sorry, Prince Declan. I only know this cause I happened to overhear them. They didn't know I was in the dungeon. Lincoln. River called my name. Standing, he came to stand in front of me. You need to calm down. We need to think what has to be done next, and we can't do that with you with your Leakin in control. Stopping, I shut my eyes, taking in a few deep breaths, then looking back to River, giving him a nod and letting him know I was good. He turned back to the Gamma. Is there anything else that we need to know about? Willow has been through a lot over the years. There is more to tell you, but I don't think we have enough time right now. I promise to tell you everything I need to make sure my family is safe, and when the Alpha learns about what I did just now, he will be out for blood. Sitting down, I rub the back of my neck, tipping my head back and looking up to the ceiling. All right. I look back across to him. Gather your family and just what you need to travel. I will contact my father so he knows to expect you. Thank you, Prince Declan. If I may ask, why are you helping Willow? I mean, I know the royals have all rights to intervene in any abuse. The witness. I looked to River, then back to the Gamma. I did not see anything but concern on his face. Willow is my mate. Letting out a gasp, he sat back a little, glancing over to River and then back to me. But how? I mean, I don't. He stopped as he looked at me with wide eyes. Gamma, I know that Milo was Willow's first mate and he rejected her. I am her second chance mate. He didn't say anything, just looked at me, then over to River. Have you talked with Mia? At the mention of her name, River sat up straighter. Why are you asking about her? She is the closet to Willow. She knows more about her as she was from the same pack as Willow, if I remember right. Mia was the Beta's daughter. River relaxed a bit. Sorry, he said to him. No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask something out of line. I just know she is the only one Willow would talk to. Willow don't remember a lot from that day, as the pain of losing her parents and watching it happen. The others do, like Mia. Don't get me wrong, Mia has experienced pain as well, as her parents died that day, but she didn't watch it happen. Her parents were killed fighting at the borders. Gamma, why don't you go get your family ready to travel? I have a few extra warriors here. I can have them escort you to my pack. Thank you, Prince Declan. I appreciate it. He stood holding his hand out to me. Shaking it, he gave a quick bow to me and River, then walked out. Tyler, I called out. The door opened as he stepped in. Yes, Prince Declan. Gamma Daniels will need to be escorted back to the pack. I am going to reach out to my father so he knows they are coming. I want you to find me 2 of our warriors to take them. On it. he spins going out the door and closing it behind him. A lot is going on here and we don't have the time to sit here and figure it out. This Alpha isn't going to cooperate with us, yet I know I can see he's going to fight us every step, but first we need to let Dad know there's more heading his way. Pulling out my phone I quickly hit the button. Son, everything all right? His deep voice comes through the speakerphone. Hey Dad, I wanted to let you know some people are heading your way, they are from this pack but require protection. Protection? Why, what's going on there? Sighing I rub my forehead. It's a show Dad, this Alpha has broken a lot of laws, we are finding more out each day. Finding out what exactly, Lincoln? Tell him. River mouths to me, groaning at his words. I know he's right, but once I say I found my mate it's going to blow up and they will probably come here and I don't want them to, I need them there. Lincoln. He growled at me, knowing there was something. All right, I found my mate. Hearing a loud sequel in the background I shut my eyes, groaning, knowing my mother just heard that. There was some rustling, then my mother's voice. Oh my Lincoln, did you just say you found your mate? Dear, calm down, let him explain. Dad's voice is muffled. More rustling, knowing she trying to get the phone as my father won't let her have it. Winston, if you don't give me that phone, I could hear him pass it to her. Mom, I say lowly, knowing where this is going. Don't mom me, I heard what you said. Then why did you ask? Lincoln. Don't be smart with your mother. Dad's voice rang out in the background. Feeling like a child again, my father scolds me. Yes sir, sorry. Looking at River, who is trying to hold his laugh, his hand is over his mouth, I glare at him. Yes Mom, I found my mate. But it's a long story, she isn't well right now. Oh no, what's wrong? Do you need me to come down there? Great, I knew this would happen. No Mom, I think it would be a bit too much for her right now, and I need you there like I was telling Dad beforehand. Some people are coming there, they are from this pack. She cut me off. Why would it be too much? Is she hurt or something? Or something, Mom? Look, I appreciate you wanting to come, but I need you and Dad to take care of the ones coming that way. Plus I'm not the only one who found their mate. I looked to River, who held a scowl on his face. Mom let out another loud squeal. Ha, take that one, I thought as I smirked at him. Oh, this is so great, when do we meet them both? God, who would have thought you two would find your mates in the same pack? I know Mom, I love talking to you, but I really need to speak with Dad. I need some advice on something. Oh all right dear, you let me know when you're heading home, I will have dinner ready for you guys. I can't wait till I meet them both. Love you honey. Love you too Mom. Hearing some movement, there was a smooching sound, making me roll my eyes at them. All right Link, what do you need to talk about? This Alpha, he's fighting us on everything we are doing. I need to look into this pack's doings, but he isn't making it easy. Plus I know when I tell him I'm taking my mate with me, he's going to fight me. He's not going to let her go. Why do you think that? He knows when you find your mate in another pack, they have the right to leave with their mate. This Alpha isn't like that. I know he will be against it because he was trying to make her his mistress. His mistress. That observed, who does that if he has a mate? No one has done that in centuries. I know Dad, and I'm trying to figure a way out that it don't turn into a fight. I still need to find out what's been going on here. Hearing him sigh, I could hear him pacing. Well, you can make it seem like it was his idea to send her with you. How though? I don't want him finding out she's my mate. Not until we are out of here. Make it seem as if it will be better for her to go with you like you are doing him a favor by taking her. Was she born into that pack? No, she wasn't, that's the other thing, but I don't want to discuss it over the phone. he took her in after her pack was wiped out. Well, you can use your royal title to claim her for your personal servant. He won't be able to argue and he wouldn't know she's your mate till afterward. That may work better. Thanks, Dad. Anytime, son. Hearing the click, I dropped my phone to the desk. Looking to River. I'll get the paperwork ready. Willow, I hadn't seen the doctor since she left after I had told her all that had happened. Fear was starting to settle in. Did she lie to me and find the Alpha and tell him all I said? What would happen if she did? I know he would have come storming in here, and yet I haven't seen him. Maybe she did keep it to herself, but why would she? She don't know me. I still can't believe I opened up to her. She just had this calm aura that made me feel safe. I don't trust people. Maybe if the people here were better towards me I might have some faith in a few, but for now the only one was Mia. She understood me. She didn't have the best time here either. Sure, they were nicer to her than I, but the Alpha didn't hate her as he did me. And now he wanted me as a side piece. The door opened, pulling me from my thoughts as I glanced over, and the guy from before walked in. My breath hitched when my eyes landed on him. He was good-looking, tall, and dark, was definitely working for him. Lincoln, his name popping into my head. Stop that, Willow. We know nothing about him. Sure, he has been once, but for how long? Trust no one, Willow. Mayor's voice runs through my head. Another guy came walking in right behind. I didn't recognize him. He wasn't from this pack. He was as tall as Lincoln was built as well, but not bulky. He was lean. He smiled at me as he stepped around. Lincoln walked up, standing next to my bed. He squatted down so he was eye level with me. Hello, Willow. I am River. It's nice to finally meet you. His eyes were soft as he spoke to me. He didn't look at me in disgust. It made me feel like I wanted to cower away or want to run from him, which is odd seeing as my fear of people make me want to run and hide. Hi, I managed to squeak out. His smile grew bigger once I spoke. Can I get you anything? I just stared at him. Did he just ask me if I wanted something? Me? Seeing my confusion, has no one asked you that before? Shaking my head enough for him to see, not normally, no. His smile dropped as he glanced up over me to the person standing behind me, his eyes moving back to me. Well, we have to change that now, don't we? So I'll ask again, if you need anything at all, drink, food. Just as he said food, my stomach let out a loud grumble. My eyes widened. I quickly clutched it with my arm, hoping they didn't hear that. I didn't want to be yelled at for being hungry. Sounds as if you could use something to eat. I'll go get you something. Oh no, he can't do that. If Alpha finds out. Before I knew it, he was standing up. I reached out fast, grabbing his wrist. No. He froze, looking at where I holding onto him. I jerked my hand back. I am sorry, I mumbled. I felt another hand lay on my shoulder. Small tingles ran through me. Willow. His voice was calm sounding, making my racing heart slow down. I couldn't hear it beating in my ears. Squatting down again, he took my hand. I didn't pull away. His touch was soft. It was the opposite of that. It made me feel steady. No fear. I didn't need to find a way to get away from him. Is there something wrong? His eyes held concern. I did not understand why he would be concerned about me. I was not sure what to say or how to explain myself. Sure, I told that doctor what was happening, but I couldn't tell him or Lincoln. No one else could know. His eyes lingered over me and then over to the person who held my shoulder, back down to me with his face softening. Willow, sweetie, if you are hungry, I'll get you something to eat. It will help build your strength back up so you can heal. Shaking my head. Alpha will know, I whispered lowly, hoping no one heard it. He was about to say something when the door creaked again. Oh, I heard the doctor's voice peeking over. She carried a tray in. and the aroma filled the room, hitting my nose and making my stomach grumble again. Letting go of my hand, he stood up, grabbed the table, rolled it by the bed, then stepped back so she could place the tray down. She looked down at me. "Willow honey, I brought something to eat. It's little, only some chicken noodle soup. Didn't know how much your stomach could handle right now, and with all the painkillers running through your system, didn't think heavy food would settle to go." I just looked at her, pleading with my eyes. She could read what I was trying to say, but not out loud. Leaning closer to me. "Honey, it's safe, you can eat, no one will yell at you. These two gentlemen will not hurt you, they are here to help." Her voice was soft and steady. Her eyes looked straight at me, never looking away when she spoke. She placed her hand over mine, giving me a little squeeze. With a small nod, "Okay." She did come back, so maybe I could trust her. Standing up. "I am going to have to move her so she can eat, but as soon as she's done she needs to be back on her side. We will help." Stepping back, I saw Lincoln come to stand where she was. He looked at her, waiting for her to tell him what to do. "All right, if you two can pick her up. Gently, let me remind you. Then slowly roll her on her back. I will lift the bed and place the pillows behind her to hold her up." "Got it," they both said. I felt hands on my shoulder. I flinched, sucking in a breath. "It's okay, it's just River. I am going to tip you towards him, then we will scoop you up." "All right," Lincoln says while he starts to roll me backward, wincing at the movement making them freeze. "You okay?" he asked, looking like it pained him too, nodding as I didn't trust myself to not cry out, but the more they moved me the more it hurt and I couldn't hold it and I let out a cry. "Stop please!" The sob left my mouth, and they both froze their movement, Lincoln looking down, worry all over his face. "We can't move her, it causing her pain." "Okay." Lincoln reached out, grabbed the table, and sliding it closer he sat down in the chair, picked up the bowl, spooned some soup on it, brought it to my mouth. I just stared at him. Is he feeding me? "You need to eat and you can't move yet. I'll help you." I couldn't find my words. He wanted to help me, no one helped me, only Mia did, and now he was offering. Placing the spoon back in the bowl. "Willow, I am not going to hurt you. I know you have gone through a lot here and I promise I'm not like that. I don't believe in how they have treated you, but if you give me a chance I will show you how good people can be, so let me help you." His words lay heavy on my chest. He knew, and he still wanted to help me. I was a nobody, just a lowly servant who was broken in more ways than one, but something about how he looked at me made me believe him just like the other guy. They were sincere. A small part of me wanted to trust them, to let them help me, but would it cost me later on? I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there, so for now I'll take the help. "Lincoln, Willow let me feed her the whole bowl of soup. She fell back asleep after she ate. A nurse came in taking the tray out. I sat in the chair watching her sleep. I needed to get her back to my pack, but how? Just that little movement had her screaming in pain. How would she be able to make that trip? "Lincoln," River called my name. He stayed as well. I could sense his anger when she first refused the food. I had to remind him through the link to remember what the Gamma told us. He was good with her even though my beast didn't like him touching her. I know the only meaning behind it was he cared for her as his Luna. Plus, with him having a younger sister made him softer towards her. "Yeah, Riv," I said, looking over at him. He was sitting on the other side of the bed, the back of the chair pressed against the wall, his hands behind his head as he looked up at the ceiling. How could they treat her like that? She is so young and innocent. It seemed like she don't have a mean body in her body. My beast is in overdrive, wanting to protect his Luna from these people. I know what he meant, the same as my beast keeps pushing to come forward. He's wanting to mate and mark her already. I know she is nowhere ready for that, and it will be a long time before she is, but it's his instinct to claim his mate. even though we have spent years not wanting one. As soon as we found her, has he been wanting her? I don't know, man. There's a lot of wrongdoings here. We have overlooked a lot of what the werewolves have been doing the last few years, and it needs to stop. How many other packs treat their members like this? Are there others that are still collaring the weaker ones? Hell, even how the Alpha wiped out her pack is illegal. He had no right to stake claim on the land. It was all over a obsession to someone else, mate. Yeah, I agree. We should keep a better watch on them. There needs to be an investigation done on this pack. I know it's going to be hard. The Alpha don't seem to be one to play nice. Which reminds me that paperwork should be in my email for that transfer for her as your personal servant. Your father sent it to me. He pulls his phone out, scrolling through it. Ah, here it is. Willow whimpered in her sleep, her face scrunching up. She fisted the blanket. Reaching out, I ran my fingers over her cheek, watching as her body relaxed and her hand let go of the blanket. I am going out the front desk and see if I can print this out. The sooner we put this through, the sooner we can leave with her. He stands walking out, and closing the door quietly. No sooner the door shuts, it opens again, but this time the doctor walks in. She's still asleep, she says as she peeks over Willow. With a simple nod to her, she leans back. I know you are wanting to move her as soon as possible. I am not so sure it will be a good idea. You saw how painful it was just trying to move her a little so she could eat. Looking back down at her sleeping, this has been running through my mind since she fell asleep. I know, but the sooner I get her to my pack the better. This Alpha isn't following orders, and I can't risk him doing anything to her if I'm not here. She will be safer at my pack. She looked as if she was thinking, pinching her lips into a thin line. She would have to be knocked out. That's the only way she won't be in pain. And with her weight, I'm worried about giving her that much to keep her asleep the whole way. Before I could say anything, River popped back in through the door. He was holding papers in his hand. Walking over, he sat back down, holding the papers out to me. Taking them, I started to look them over. Is this all of them? There were only 3 papers there. Yeah, one on Willow. And the other is for your reasoning in taking her as your servant. Servant? The doctor looked at me, her eyes wide. How could you? I held my hand up to her. Wait. With one word she stopped talking, but her face held all the words she wanted to say to me. First, it's not what you think. With what I have found out, I know the Alpha will not let her leave with me or let me take her without a reason. I am not willing to give him my reason just yet, so we are going about this a different way in making him willingly give her to me, but me claiming her as my personal servant. He can't not deny my request. They will make her a royal servant. It's the only way to get him to let her leave without a fight. Her face softened as I spoke, her head nodding. I am sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just she shared some stuff with me earlier and I promised her I wouldn't let anyone harm her again. I understand. You are a good doctor, you care about your patients, and I appreciate it. I don't plan on letting this go, but I need to move her away from here as soon as I can, then I can turn this pack upside down. Well, in that case. She pulled a pen from her pocket, handing it to me. You better get filling those out. She turned and walked out of the room. You think you can trust her? River asked as he stared at the door. Yeah, she would have told the Alpha by now. Plus she helped Willow. My beast didn't pick up anything saying she would do otherwise. His phone chimed. He looked at it, a smile spread across his face. Mia made it and your mother is already fussing over her? Good. Marcus had no trouble on the way. He said it was smooth. That's good. Have you heard from Taylor yet? He should have found someone by now. No, not yet. Ah, wait, he just messaged me. He stays looking at his phone, reading what was on it. why do you use those things when we have mind linking it just as fast? I asked, rolling my eyes at him. Giving me a shrug. There are times I don't want voices in my head. What's wrong with using a phone? You have one? Yes, but I only use it when I'm too far out and I can't link anyone. You know what? Never mind. What did he say? He has 2 warriors ready to head out. He's waiting for the Gamma, but he hasn't shown yet, neither has any of his family. That didn't sound right. He was going to gather them up. He knew he had to be heading out by now. He didn't want to wait around, not with telling us what he knew. He knew he couldn't stay after that. I don't like that, River says as he pockets his phone. Neither do I. He should have been ready hours ago. Wonder if something happened. You don't think the Alpha somehow found out about what he told us? I got a bad feeling about this. Go check on them. I wouldn't put it past that Alpha to have a trick up his sleeve. Standing, he left out. Just as he walked out, Willow stirred, her eyes opening ever so slowly. She looked right up to me. Lincoln. Willow. His face was the first thing I saw when I opened my eyes. He was looking down at me. His name slipped out before I even knew what I was saying. The smile that appeared on his face, like I said some grand thing. Hey you, how you feeling? He asked as he reached up to brush a strand of hair away from my cheek. A little sore. You gonna be for a while? Willow, there's something I wanted to speak with you about, but I wanted to wait till we were alone. I mean, don't get me wrong, River is someone I trust with my life, but I wanted you to not feel pressured about anything. My heartbeat picked up. What would he want to talk to me about? Is this where he scolds me about the food? I knew it would come back around. I shouldn't have taken it. I am sorry. I shouldn't have taken the food. I didn't mean to. I won't do it again. I felt the fear building. No, Willow, it's not that. You can eat whenever you want. Why would I get mad about that? His hand placed on mine. I could feel the sparks dancing along my fingers. I was going to ask you if you would want to move to my pack. His words caught me off guard. Move to his pack? And he was asking me, not telling me. Your pack? A little waver in my voice. Yes, my pack. I want you to come there. I wasn't sure what to say. Could I go there? Would I be able to? Why was he asking me? Different things started running through my mind. I can see your mind racing. But before you get all worried, let me explain as to why I'm asking you. He moved his hand to take mine in his, and it was then I noticed how big his hands were. Mine looked like little things compared to his thumb rubbing over the back of mine. His touch was soft and tender. He noticed me looking at our hands. Willow, do you feel anything when I touch your hand? What do I say? I am not sure. It's like sparks or tingles. I groaned at my words. He's gonna think I was an idiot, but then would I care what he thought? The thought of him thinking I was crazy gave me a sour taste in my mouth. Smiling at me, he chuckled a little, and the sound of it made my stomach flutter. I understand what you're saying. I feel them as well. But let me ask, do you smell anything? Smell anything? What am I to smell, or is he saying I smell? I didn't understand the question. I mean, I'm not used to holding conversations like this. I haven't talked this much in years, only to Mia. I must have had a look. Let me try again. Do I smell a certain way to you? Like something that stands out? Stands out? I asked, trying to understand his question. Yet, like something that catches you or draws you in, like a pull made a scent you like a lot. Oh I'm not sure. How about you try? Close your eyes and see if there's something you can pick up on. I wanted to tell him I don't have the scenes like the others don't have, a wolf can't pick up the smells like they do. The only scent I smelled strongly was Milo's that day, but I guess I could cause he was my mate, even though I have no idea how I had one, being wolfless, or as the doctor put it, a dormant wolf. Just try, he says as he leans closer to me. Closing my eyes, I took a deep breath in. I was about to say there was nothing, but then a faint smell of sage. It wasn't strong, but it was there. Opening my eyes, he was closer than before. Sage, was all I got out. He smiled even bigger. Why are you asking me this? Willow, Mia told me about Milo being your mate. Oh no 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 no. How could she have known? No one but the Alpha knew. Standing up, he leaped over me, grabbing my face with his hands, not rough or forcefully. Willow, calm down. It's okay, no one will hurt you. Overheard him that day. She only told me 'cause you were in here hurt. She was afraid that he did this to you. He placed soft kisses on my forehead. His touch was calming. The feeling of his lips on my skin was something I never felt before. I couldn't explain the feeling that I felt with it. Please, it was a lowly whisper. Pulling back, he looked down at me, still holding my face. Please, what? He asked. Please don't tell him. He said to not tell anyone. He will be furious if he knows others know. I felt the same ache in my chest as I did before, and wanting to rub it away, I went to lay my hand over where the pain was, but I couldn't. He had grabbed it, pulling it against his chest. I could feel his heartbeat against my palm as my hand was flat against him. The pain slowly went away until I felt nothing, no ache, nothing. It was like he took it away. He kept my hand pressed against his chest. Willow, you do not have to worry about Milo anymore. He can't hurt you. None of them can. I won't let them. I just stared at him. Why was he saying these things? Why was he so nice to me? No one is nice to me. No one cares for me. Why? Was all that came out. I couldn't speak, not with him still holding my hand to his chest. I've never touched a male in any way, that is until the Alpha forced me to kiss him. Because my sweet little Willow, you are my mate and I'm your second chance mate, and no one hurts what is mine without suffering the consequences. His mate. How can that be? I mean, we only get one mate. I'm not someone worthy of a second one. Why would he want me as a mate anyway? He would reject me just like Milo did. I have no wolf. I'm a useless girl. Sure, I'm from an Alpha, but he don't know that, and I'm not about to share that with him or anyone. At least not yet. You don't want me as a mate. I am wolfless. I have nothing to offer you. I am sure your Alpha and Luna wouldn't want someone like me joining their pack. I'm, at the bottom of the chain, a lowly servant girl with nothing to bring to a pack as a member. I was surprised at myself for sounding so strong and getting all that out. But I wasn't lying. What would I be able to offer? Another pack other than cleaning and washing clothes or cooking? That's all I know how to do. It all I have ever done. I can't even attend meals with the pack. I'm an outcast and always will be. Pain covered his face at my words. Willow, you are so much more than that. You are strong. I don't know how many would have survived what you have. I may not know all the details of how your life has been here, but I'm guessing it wasn't so great. I am not asking for you to tell me now. You can when you are ready. I won't push. As far as my Alpha and Luna not wanting you, you are wrong. I know they would welcome you with open arms. And I know this because they are my parents. Willow, my name is Lincoln Declan, as in Prince Lincoln Declan. At the mention of who he was, my breath caught in my throat. He is the Lincoln Prince. What am I to do now? I can't be mated to a prince. There's no way. This has to be a trick. Lincoln, she stared at me wide-eyed, well, at least as wide as her eyes could let her. She was still swollen a bit, but they had gone down a ways. Taking small breaths, the machine was beeping as her heart rate was up a little, closing her eyes again and then opened them like she was trying to see if I would not be there. I had to laugh to myself. She was so cute right now. Confusion and shock was all over her face. I could see the doubt in her eyes. I knew she believed everything she just said, but I know better. Willow says something, please. What if she rejected me? I hadn't thought about that. She hadn't had a good experience with people. All she knows is hurt and pain. She stopped, taking in a steady breath. How can I be mated to you? I mean, she stopped again, letting out a breath. She was searching for her words. I know she is not used to speaking with people this much. I do not need anyone to tell me that just by how she answers when you ask her something. Even the looks she gets on her face, she unsure of how to answer. Willow, look at me, please. Her eyes met mine, and all I could see was fear, and that bothered me. I did not want her to fear me or anyone else. No one should hold this much fear in them. I know this is a lot for you, and the last thing I wanted to do was drop it on you at once. I ask that you give me a chance to show I am not like them. I meant what I said earlier. I am here to help you. She holds her eyes on me. I can see she's searching mine. Her face drops to look at her hands. I don't know what to make of all this. Her voice was low. She closed her eyes, her fingers pinching the blanket, something I noticed she does when she is nervous or looking for what to say. Milo didn't want me as his mate, so what would make it any different with you? You are of higher stature and you are mated to a wolfless person like me. With no family and no friends, I've been a servant since I was young. I have nothing to offer to you or to bring to the bond. Hearing her say his name makes my beast rage inside. He don't like her taking another name. Milo knows nothing. All he looks at is his image. There's more to being an alpha and leading a pack than just having the title. When an alpha finds his mate, it makes him stronger, not weaker. His mate is the main role in the pack. You don't have to have superhuman strength or shift. Any of that isn't important. What is important is who you are inside and how you look at ours, how you care for them. The Luna is known as the heart of the pack. She is the mother of it, and when you have found your true mate, that's a stronger bond than any chosen mate can offer. It pure, not made or forced. But you are my second chance mate. I was rejected. Yes, I am. But that does not change anything. It is still what the moon goddess wanted. She put you with Milo for some odd reason. She must have known he would reject you, making it so we are mated. She always has a reason for what she does, Willow. Always a plan for when she matches two people together. I have never found my mate, not till I found you in the woods that night. And just so you know, I have no plans on rejecting you. She did not say anything. I could see her weighing it back and forth in her mind. You don't know me enough to say that. Look at me. She gestured with her hand. Look at how broken I am. I can't even heal right, cause I have no wolf. I can't even get myself out of bed. My body is scarred as well as my heart. I have been alone since forever. I am completely afraid of people. All I wanted to do was leave here. I didn't care if I was a rogue or not. I don't fear death. It would be a reprieve from what I have had to live through. I watched as a signal tear left her eye, rolling down her cheek. My heart broke just looking at her. She really didn't know her value. What have they done to break someone so innocent? Reaching out, I grabbed her hand, letting my touch calm her. She did not pull away or flinch, and I was happy. Maybe I came on a little too strong. I pushed too hard. Or maybe the first thing I needed to do was get her to agree to move to my pack. I need to get her out of here before that damn alpha learns of her being my mate. I'm sure that will light his fire. I am sorry, Willow. I didn't mean to push like that. Sometimes my alpha gene takes over and I become thick-headed. I am sorry too. I didn't mean to yell at you. I know you're only trying to help me. I just feel so confused right now. Could I maybe talk with Mia? Mia left. Willow, she found her mate and she was sent to the pack the next day. But she did come to see you, but you were still asleep. MIA's gone. Her voice trembled. Yes, but she went to my pack and her mates from there. Maybe knowing Mia is there she may want to come with me. Yes, I'm stooping that low. I will do anything to get her to agree to come with me. Is there anyone else you wanted to see? Her head shook. No, Mia was the only one I would talk to. I was about to say something, when River's voice cut through my thoughts. Lincoln, we have a small problem. What is it? I found the Gamma's house. He cut the link. River. I called his name. I was about to yell again. The Alpha is here with his Beta. Did they do something? Well, it seems the Alpha is refusing to let the Gamma leave, saying he has no legal right to leave the pack, nor does his family. His title as Gamma has his bound to the Alpha. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Members can drop the title if they choose to. He can't stop him from giving that up, or can he stop him from leaving? He told them if they leave they will be rogues once they leave the territory. I am coming there. He's not going to tell lies. The Gamma should know this. He is scared for his family, Lincoln. He wants to stand up and fight, but it's against his Alpha, and his family is caught in the middle. I am on my way, cutting the link. Standing, I leaned over her bed. There is something I need to handle. I won't be long. Think about what I said about going to my pack with me. Placing a kiss on her forehead, burst of sparks ran along my lips. Hearing her suck in a breath told me she felt it too. Spinning on my heel, I walked out and closed the door, looking at the guard still standing there. No one in but the doctor till I get back. I pointed to the door. Yes, sir. Turning, I walked down the hall. River, tell me where you're at. Willow. I let the words he had said run through my head. First he wanted me to move to his pack, then he claimed we were mates. I don't know how he feels we are. I mean, sure, he does smell nice. I can feel the sparks or tingles like they say you do when your mate touches you. Yes. His touch is calming. My first instinct is saying to run, hide, don't let him in, but then there is this little voice in the back of my mind that says to believe him. Each time he looks at me I can see he being honest with me. He never looks away, it's like he looking straight into me. I am afraid if I let him in I'm going to end up hurt. I don't want that anymore. I know I'm still not safe from Alpha Lucas, but maybe if I go to this other pack I will have a chance at freedom. He said Mia is there. I wonder who her mate is. She is not old enough, at least I don't think she is. She was always close to my age though, so if she is there that's one good thing, at least I have someone I know. God, am I really thinking about leaving? It couldn't be any worse than here. Maybe I could get a job and earn some money of my own. Our servants here don't get paid. I know some other packs pay their servants and maids. At one of the random parties Luna held we got to meet other servants that came with their Alpha and Lunas. It seemed they were treated a lot better than we were here. There was a knock on the door, breaking me out of my thought train. It popped open and in walked the doctor. She smiled as she walked closer. Hey honey, how are you feeling? I saw Prince Declan leaving. You two seem to be getting along well. At the mention of his name, I could feel my cheek getting warm. I didn't know I was smiling till she said something. I wondered if she would mind talking to me about this. I would talk with Mia, but she was not here and I have never made this type of decision before. She older than me and maybe you look like something on your mind. She asked as she was checking the machines. Kinda. I wasn't sure how to ask. I've never had to ask someone for help or their opinion. She turned to look at me. Let me check your vitals and then you and I can chat for a while. How was that sound? I couldn't help but nod at her. She had this warmth about her. I was starting to get used to it. She cared, and for the first time I could feel that. Plus she kept her word to me, and she has come back how many times now and is the same way towards me. She checked me over, even looking at my back. She said it looked better today, but she would have to change the bandages later today to keep any infections from starting. She helped me to roll onto my other side. My hip was killing me. I was surprised I could roll. I didn't have much pain in my back, but it did feel good to be off that one side. I was able to see the door better without looking over my shoulder. When she was all down, she sat down. Now what is it you need to talk about? I told her everything that Lincoln told me, even about us being mates. She listened to everything, never saying a word. I will say it felt good talking to someone. When I was all down, she smiled sweetly at me. Well, honey, all I can say to you is I came here when I found my mate. It was a big change and it was scary as all get out. But I don't regret making that choice. It's normal for the females to switch packs to the males, and I know being mated to the prince who is soon to take over for his father, and the fact that he is a Leakin is probably one of the scariest things you may have to face. But truthfully, Willow, I think you will be better off leaving this pack. Out of anyone, you deserve to have a fresh start. I thought about her words for a few minutes. Did I deserve that? If I agreed to move there, would he expect me to do certain things? Yes, I was okay with him being near me, but would he want more? I wasn't sure I could do any more. What's that look for? She asked me. I dropped my head, feeling embarrassed to even be thinking about it. Come on, don't stop now, tell me. Taking a breath. What if he is, like wanting things from me? The last part I said so low I was hoping she missed it. She chuckled a little, grabbing my hand. Honey, that's all part of being mates, but I don't think he would expect anything right off the get-go. He knows what you have been through, and he don't seem like the kind of male that is all about himself. He has been in this room most of his stay here, and he has done nothing out of line. She was right, he hasn't touched me other than my hand or my shoulders, and I didn't get the creepy feeling that I had when Alpha Lucas was near me. The Alpha, what would he say? My face must have shown my worry. Willow, what is it? Swallowing slowly. The Alpha? What will happen if he learns I'm leaving? He will get mad. He's not going to let me leave, he will kill me. She was out of her seat, hugging me. Shhh. No, he won't hurt you. The prince will make sure of that. And he can't stop you from leaving, and I do believe your mate has a plan in place, so there is no way he can keep you here. Plan? I asked through a small sob. She pulled back, wiping my cheeks carefully, not pressing too hard. Yes. He and the other guy have a plan. I will let him tell you what it is. But know that he has already thought of that Alpha and has a way around it. She held my face in her hands. I think being around your mate has helped you. Your face isn't as swollen as before. I could open my other eye more, I could see clearer. My lips didn't feel so fat that I could close them all the way now and not wince. Letting go, she sat back down. Willow, I know this is new and scary, but please, for your safety, go with him to the other pack. You will be safe there and have a better chance at a better life, one without pain and hurt in it. I promised I wouldn't let anyone hurt you again, and this is the only way I can think of, is having you leave this pack. The door opened before I could answer her as he walked in, his eyes going straight to me, his eyes squinting. Then he moved like lightning, kneeling next to the bed. Why are you crying? Are you hurt? Did someone hurt you? Tell me who it was. No one will get away with it. At first, I wanted to move away from how dominant he was, but then I felt this warmth spread in my chest at the worry he had for me. No, I'm okay, no one did anything, I told him as he was about to stand up. A throat cleared next to us. I think I'll go now. Let you two have some privacy. Willow remembered what I said. She stood walking out of the room, leaving us alone. He took the seat she was using a moment ago. Are you okay? He asked. Nodding my head, I gave him a small smile. It felt odd smiling at someone, Yes, it's okay. I have thought about what you asked me earlier. His face lit up but then it fell just as fast. You did? Yes. I did and I have an answer for you. Panic washed over him and I wanted to chuckle at it. Hear this alpha leakin' a prince that is panicked wanting for an answer from someone like me. He swallowed as he waited for me to say something. I'll go to your pack with you. Lincoln, I couldn't believe she had agreed to go with me. I know her decision was not easy, but I could still sense her hesitation just a bit. I couldn't blame her for all she had been through. I had already filled out the paperwork I needed to now deal with this damn alpha, which I was dredging after our little spat over the gamma, leaving I wasn't his favorite person right now. At least the gamma is on his way now. River and I shook our heads as the alpha and beta stormed off madder than a wet hornet. Ouch! Her voice pulled me from my thinking. Sorry honey. I am trying to be as easy as I can. Moving closer to the bed, I watched her face scrunch as the doctor and one nurse were changing the bandages on her back. She must have bled a little as some of the wrapping was sticking. Just damp it a little to soften it. I don't want to pull any scabs off, she told the nurse. Working slowly they managed to take all it off. Moving to the side I could see her back better. I cringed on the inside as I saw the damage they had done. Okay Willow, this may burn just a bit but I need to clean you up before I can rebandage you. She nodded her head as she took a deep breath, holding it. The doctor began. Soon as the cloth hit her back she let out a scream. Sorry, the doctor said as she touched Willow's shoulder. My beast growled at the sight of his mate in pain. Moving up towards the head of the bed I kneeled so I was level with her eyes. She was squeezing them shut. Placing my palm on her cheek, her eyes snapped open. I know this is hard but try to keep your body relaxed, it will help with the pain. She took a few steady breaths. I kept my hand on her cheek, taking her hand in my other. I brought it to my lips, placing small soft kisses to her knuckles. She did pull back or flinch but she kept her eyes on mine. Slowly I could feel her body relaxing, so did the doctor. She started again. Willow flinched, slamming her eyes shut again and her body went rigid once again. What's your favorite color? I asked her out of the blue. If maybe talking would take her mind off the pain, if I could take it for her I would gladly. Her eyes opened, giving me a confused look. I like all colors. Her voice was wavering. Everyone has a favorite color. I like dark green or hunter green. Sucking in a breath as the doctor moved down her back. Those colors sound nice. They are our pack colors as well, hunter green and gold. They sound beautiful. I don't know a lot about the pack colors here, but there's always a lot of blues and grays that I see when I do the wash, so maybe that's the colors here. She wasn't wrong. This pack had blue with gray trimming, and members have a habit of wearing a lot of clothing in that color or blankets and sheets. I don't make my members do that. They can wear and buy whatever color they prefer, but when at a pack function or if we are representing our pack somewhere we wear our colors. Can you tell me a little more about what you did here for the pack? Sure. Well, I mostly cooked, but Mia and I would switch out kitchen duties. There were others that would help as well. If I wasn't in the kitchen I had to clean the pack house. We have a certain day for laundry. 3 girls would go around and collect all the wash, then usually 2 would be done in the washroom. Once you finish a load they would take them back up to whoever they belonged to. Wincing when the doctor moved again, causing her to stop talking. That sounds like a lot of work. How many helpers were there? Around 5 of us, I think. Not sure. I only would cross paths with Mai or Maddie. It did surprise me. I figured she was always working alone. Even Mia said she got the work handed to her. I was about to ask her how they did dinners for those who worked, but the doctor cut in. All done now, we can wrap up. Back up. It won't hurt like it did when we took them off. but you're healing nicely, Willow. Maybe 2 more days in bed, then you can start moving around a bit. That'd be great. I'm not used to being in bed like this. I feel stiff. Well, not much longer and you will be able to move around. We did talk after she let me hold her hand while they did their work. She just stared at our hands. I could see the wheels turning in her head, but I was happy she was letting me touch her, even if it was just holding her hand in mine. All right, my dear, you are all done, but we will have to do it all over again tomorrow. Willow let out a groan. Do we have to? Hearing a chuckle, the doctor walked around standing next to me. I am afraid we do. Don't want an infection settling in, but after tomorrow we can let the wraps off so air can get to your back. The door opened. River came walking in. Hello, Willow. Hope you are feeling better. Ah, I see they have rolled you over. Guess they felt you were done cooking on the other side. She let out a small laugh. It was super low, but it was music to my ears. Yet I guess. She blushed at his words as he smiled at her, giving her a wink and making her hide her face in the pillow. What do you need, River? My tone is a little hard. Nope, I'm not jealous. It's River, for God's sake. Well, I came to inform you that I have all the paperwork finalized, and is ready to be given to the Alpha. Good. I stand up, not letting go of her hand. Will you be okay for a bit? I have to go handle some things, then I will be right back. Yes. She tried pulling her hand from mine, but I didn't let go. She looked up at me. I just raised an eyebrow at her. She was nervous about me leaving it all over her face. I could feel it pouring off her. My beast grunted as we both liked the fact she was getting used to us and feeling the need for us to be near her. I'll be okay. I am kinda tired actually after all that. So maybe I'll sleep till you're back. Leaning down and kissing her hand, I let it go. You know I can stay and keep Willow company, River says as he tries to sit down. Oh no, you don't. I grabbed him by his collar, pulling him behind me. I could hear her laughing as well as the doctor. I was about to get her some dinner so I can wait with her till you get back. The doctor's voice rang out as we walked out the door. We reached the office. Tyler was standing by the door. He gave us a bow as we approached. Tyler, could you have the Alpha and Beta brought in, please? Sure thing, sir. He walked off as River and I stepped into the office. You think he will go for it? River asked as he sat down in front of the desk. He don't really have a choice in the matter, but I still want to play it as Dad said to. We need him to think it better for her to go with us. But if he won't agree, then we will pull out the personal servant card. The paperwork is signed already. I want this to go smoothly. The knock on the door stopped River from saying anything. Come in. I called out. Tyler's head peeked in. Alpha Lucas and Beta Cole are here, sir. Let them in. And Tyler, make sure to stay posted outside the door. No one is allowed until I say so. Yes, sir. He pushed the door open. I watched as the Alpha and Beta walked with a scowl on both their faces. Yep, this isn't going to be easy. Lincoln, you had us summons like low-level members. The Alpha stands with his arms crossed. River stands moving around the desk, standing to my right. I meant no disrespect. I was unsure of where you may have been, so I sent my guard. He does not say anything. He glances at his Beta. I hold my hand out, gesturing to the chairs. Please, this is your office. I do have some business to speak with the both of you. Yeah boy, it is my office. He growled as he sat down. I felt my own beast surge to come forward at his words. River clenched his fist next to me. Stand down, I tell him through the link. I don't want to turn this into an agreement. I need him to agree with me, and if it's letting him be rude, then so be it. He needs him kicked. He growled at me. I agree. But not now. His fist relaxed. All right, Link. his voice was gruff sounding as he was fighting against himself. What is it you wanted? The beta asked as he kept his eye on River. Well, I wanted to discuss the matter of the girl we found in the woods. Both of them fidget in their seats, the alpha threading his fingers together. You could see the whites on his knuckles starting to show. What about her? I already told you she is a member. I'm not sure how she got out there, but I am ready to do an investigation and find the answers. I can save you the trouble. I know you have a lot to handle, more important things than dealing with her. As I understand from some members, she had tried to run away, and she has been a handful here. Such members like her I normally offer to take them off the pack's hands and deal with them at my pack. They go through training with my beta here. He usually works out all the disobedience from them. I give him a minute to let my words sink in. I can see his face is turning red. He's clutching his knee. His beta on the other hand looks relieved that someone would want to take her. I know he's the one who put her out there, but he looks like he chomping at the bit for her to leave. Why would the Leakin Prince want to take a lowly Omega to his pack and give her training? That just don't make sense to me. Her statutes make no. Never mind. I don't work with them based on what rank they are. If I see they are someone I can help, then I offer. I do not take forcefully or against their will. She may only ever turn out to be nothing more than a maid somewhere, but at least she will learn how to conduct herself properly and follow the rules of a pack. They look at each other. I know they are mind-linking. Good, maybe he is thinking of letting her go without a fight, even though he won't win against me. Turning to look at me, and if I refuse to let her leave? A snort is heard in my head and I know it is River. Well, then we take a different road, but I would rather we settle this on an agreement than the other way. He laughs as he sits back relaxing like he is got me, but little does he know, I don't think it's in the best interest for her to leave. She has been a member of this pack since she was little. She only knows this pack, and as you can see she is a little slow at picking things up. Plus we just found out that she never got her wolf, so I don't think there is much work in other packs for a wolfless girl like her. He smirks at me as the beta looks as if he wants to choke his own alpha. How dare! River started to step forward, but I grabbed his arm, giving it a hard squeeze. He stayed quiet but stepped back. I have the right to protect my members and not let them lead a path that will cause chaos for them. That's what us alphas do, we lead and protect. Yes, you are right, we alphas are to protect the pack. That means every member, no matter how lowly you think they are. I slide closer to the desk, picking up the papers. I didn't want to go this route, but I hold out the papers for him to take. He reaches out, snatching them from me. He reads them over, his face going red as he jumps up, throwing them back at me. This is bullshit. You cannot take a member of my pack. His beta stands up, picks the paper up and reads it over. He looks back up at me, but does not say anything. Standing up slowly, I lean my hands on the desk. I can and I will. As you can see there, I have put her in the position of my personal servant. It is signed and stamped by the king himself with the royal seal, therefore you cannot deny the request. He looks as if he is going to blow up at any minute. River steps closer. Ha has been wanting to wring his neck since we found Willow out in the woods. He points a finger at me. You will pay for this. He growls, spinning around and leaving the office. The beta lays the paper back down on the desk. His face is pale. He just turns and walks out. Tyler's popped his head in. I take it. It didn't go so hot. No, it didn't. Put one of our men on the two. I want to keep an eye on them. Yes, sir. He reaches in, closing the door. River walked over and sat down in the chair the alpha had been in. Well, wait till he finds the paperwork about Mia leaving as well. He laughed while placing his hands behind his head. I am sure he will be so happy. Gathering the paperwork all up, I made sure there was a copy for him and I had the originals. Don't trust him not to try and change anything on them. We still need to put in the transfer for the Gamma. He has already released his titles, so that's on this Alpha here to file the paperwork for that, and hopefully we can find what we need to knock him out of the Alpha spot before he chooses another Gamma. When are you planning on pulling out of here? Soon as Willow can travel. The doctor says she is still in too much pain to be bounced around. Hell, just cleaning her back today was so painful I could feel it through the bond. He was about to say something when the door flew open as Tyler came rushing in, followed by a nurse I'd seen at the clinic. Tyler, what the hell? I jumped up when he walked in. Sorry, sir, but there seems to be a problem. The nurse stepped around him. I am so sorry, but there's an emergency at the clinic with the girl Willow. I didn't let her finish. I was already out the door heading for the clinic. River was right on my heels as well as Tyler. Busting through the front doors, I could hear yelling along with a few growls rushing down the hall. I could see people in the hallway in front of Willow's door. I started shoving people out of my way, not caring how hard I was pushing or who I was pushing. Getting through into Willow's room, I see the doctor stand blocking Willow, who was once again on the floor, tears running down her cheeks. My guard held a mail against the far wall. Wasn't that Milo? Why was he here in her room? Rushing to her, I passed everyone kneeling down. I carefully scooped her up. She let out a small cry as I lifted her. I could feel the wetness on my arm. Her back was bleeding again. Laying her down, she instantly rolled to her side. Spinning, I looked at who the doctor was holding back. They both stood there looking as if they hadn't done anything wrong. What the hell were you doing? I growled as I stepped forward. Let him go. I ordered my guard. He dropped him as he stepped backward, coming to stand by River and me. The one plastered a smile on her face as she batted her eyes at me. Nothing. We thought. We stopped to check and see how our friend Willow was doing. I now remember her. She is the Alpha's daughter. Milo came to stand next to the other one. Yes, she was his mate, the one he chose. You are not allowed in here. I stepped closer. She waved her hands at me, reaching forward to touch me, but I pulled back. She just stared as if I just slapped her. Let me say this, and only once. None of you are allowed to be near Willow ever. You come near her again and I will personally rip your head off. Letting my Leakin come forward. I know my eyes are black. I can feel my teeth elongate, my claws slide out. They gulp, giving me a quick head nod. The girls turn, running out the room. But that boy stands there, his eyes drift back to Willow as she laid on the bed, letting out a growl. I got right up close. Never look at her again. After they all left and the guard closed the door, I spin, looking at the doctor and Willow. We are leaving now. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates. Link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.